and I look forward to a lot in our future partnership together. Thank you.
Almost a year ago, you were named, or you officially took the duties of Fresno State Athletic Director. What's been the biggest growth you've seen over the past year?
Yeah, I mean, growth in a lot of areas. I mean, we've really grown as a university. We've grown as an athletic department. The obvious things going into the Pac-12 is going to bring just continual growth, just not to athletics, but to the university. And then, trying to grow our fan base and how we communicate with our fan base and how we tell our story is going to be really important as we try to progress to the next level.
How is the Pac-12 a jump up from the Mountain West, considering there's a lot of the same Mountain West schools that are with you in the Pac-12?
I mean, the obvious reason is that we're partnering with Oregon State, Washington State, two, Power 5 institutions, and we're partnering with the premier brands from the Mountain West to create something, bigger and better. And the reality is that we are the schools that have the exposure, and we love our peers that are staying in the Mountain West, but we've invested in athletics, and we're partnering with a premier brand. The Pac-12 is a historic brand, and we know it's not the same Pac-12, but we're doing something unprecedented in college athletics history, rebuilding a historic conference, and it's an honor to be part of that.
How does Fresno State stay afloat with revenue sharing?
Sure, I mean, obviously we announced the big $1 million gift this week, and we have to get more of those gifts, but the reality is we launched the Valley Co-op Fund. And the co-op is obvious, right? Anyone that's worked in agriculture knows what a co-op is. Everyone has to do their part, but we also have to look for new revenue streams, and that's where concerts coming in. The Shakira concert is going to be huge. I mean, that's going to be money that we can attribute directly to student-athlete retention, student-athlete recruitment, and that's really important.
Is the only way to make money from the Shakira concert to sell out the concert, or is there still a number that you can reach where you'll be happy with what the profits are?
I mean, there's a lot of revenue streams with concerts. You have the ticket revenue, you have the parking revenue, you have the merchandise revenue, you have the concessions revenue, and so, yeah, it's not just one bucket that we look at, but it's going to be successful regardless, and we're excited to actually tell our story after the show because there's going to be an incredible economic impact, what it's going to do for bars and restaurants, what it's going to do for hotels. The city of Fresno and the county in Fresno, they deserve shows like this, and I'm excited to say we have more coming. We've had a lot of calls and we've had some really interesting conversations, and so I think it is going to be a sustainable long-term revenue stream for Fresno State moving forward.
Any calls on that 25-yard line spot? I mean, that's what you said was a prime real estate spot. That's why you moved the V to the end zone. I saw the field, by the way. It looks great.
Thank you.
But what about that 25-yard line?
We're having calls. In fact, I just came downstairs from a call with the company that's interested in it. So yeah, we'll have something ironed out by the start of football season, but there is interest. I mean, really, with our last year in the Mountain West, going into the Big 12, the visibility, I mean, 4.5 million people watched our games at home last year. That's incredible exposure both locally and nationally, and then talking about the Red Wave, we have over 250,000 people come to our games last year for football, and so that's incredible exposure for a company. There's going to be no better investment, and they'll get a return on their investment if they invest in Fresno.
Tough crowd to lose to because they'll make you know that you lost them when you're heading back to the locker room.
There's a little bad blood right now.
Whether it was Aloha Stadium, Clarence Cheering, or the Valley, you knew you were going to get a hard-hitting, good game.
The team up north, we're going up there.
Why do you call them the team up north?
That's who they are.
I love how serious he is. That was how other Mountain West players and coaches felt about Fresno State at this past week's Mountain West Football Media Days. As I said earlier, I was lucky enough to be there in Las Vegas. Up next is part 2 of our interview with Garrett Klassy there in Vegas. He's looking at new ways to help out Fresno State in this revenue sharing era that we're entering. One of them is premium seating options at Bulldog football games.
I think there's a segment of our audience of fans that we aren't reaching because of the lack of premium experiences at Valley Children's Stadium. So as we keep building, that's what people want nowadays. How do we get them off their sofa to come to games? How do we corporations invest? You have to give them high-end hospitality experiences so they can watch our games in person.
To get them off the sofas and into games, maybe a stadium upgrade? Or how do you view the stadium situation? Because you're always asked about it, but honestly, what do you think about what needs to be done at Valley Children's Stadium?
I mean, it's been a hot topic for the last couple weeks, and I understand why our fans are really excited and people want to talk about it, but I didn't think I was making some major revelation, and we tried 2 ballot measures twice, and of course they did not pass. And so I think everyone knows that we need to either renovate or build a new football stadium. And so we're tracking down all our options. The reality is that our fan base, they want to see a shovel in the ground, and we can't release something until we know that we have a realistic plan and realistic funding model to get this thing done.
And my last question, we talked a lot about football right now, but men's basketball season's just a few months after that. What was the key reason why you brought Vance Walberg back as head coach?
I mean, Vance is everything that's great about the Valley. I mean, you know, it's hard to build a culture and a program in 1 year, and I believe in Vance. Vance is bringing a really talented roster in this year of both some local and some international student athletes. And listen, it's not right. I mean, none of us should be judged on 1 year in the job. And quite honestly, I've never seen someone care so much about the Valley. And there's a lot of passionate people here. But the way he grinds every day, the way he wants it so bad, I would love to be able to see him accomplish some great things here at Fresno State.
So nothing about the gambling investigation you're holding against him, because did he follow with the procedures, everything that he was supposed to?
Yeah, I mean, Gabe, that's been reported over and over again. Vance was the first one that brought it to us. He's followed it to a T. He was incredibly helpful. Vance operates a very well-run program, and listen, it goes back to changing the culture. Sometimes you inherit some issues that you need to clean up and fix, and he handled it, and we stayed on top of it. We're always going to operate with integrity at Fresno State. We're not going to sit there and try to cover things up, and we faced it head on, and we're a better athletic department because of that.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.